Turn your manuals to page 7. Some of the page numbers do not follow sequentially. I know. I was told it's a Queensland thing, so I have... Oh, well, it's not? I'm sorry. I've given the wrong information. So, yeah, I know. It is, but, you know, what's between friends and all that stuff. Page 7. This is the one with all the colored dots. Now, in fact, just a page back, the lovely Peacock on the previous page, 5.
That's page 5 then.
It is page 5, yeah. Thank you, Ian. When I put this manual together, when I created this course, I wrote down all the things that I think is important in terms of presenting. And there were a number. And then I took the first letter of everyone and I put it into the internet. And I said, give me an anagram. And one of them came up with self-peacock. And I was like, oh, I like that. When you think of a peacock, when was the last time you saw a peacock that went, oh no, no, really, no, I'm not really that pretty. Stop. Right? You don't get that, do you? They're like, whew, do you know who I am? Yes? It's like, can you just like see them? And you know, there is a fine line between being confident and being full of who you are. Isn't that amazing that we teach children? Don't be so full of yourself. Like, do you listen to yourself? What does that even mean? You know, no wonder. Anyway, that's another course. When we can live in the world saying, yeah, this is who I am, and I'm proud of who I am. I'm not perfect. I'm not always amazing. I have all these so-called flaws, and I make all these so-called mistakes, and I keep learning and growing, and sometimes I say something that hurts someone else or affects someone else, and I have my addictions and my dramas and my traumas and my pains and my insecurities. But for now, in this place, I'm going to be really proud of who I am and what I've created. And you notice the difference between that and, oh well, I'm clearly so amazing that you all, you know, you get the how unattractive this is, but do you also get how unattractive the, oh, I know the course is a bit rubbish, but, you know, I know it's just, do you get it? It's just not attractive. To be the boo-hoo, I am so pathetic, is not very attractive. It's not. And more importantly, it's not even true. I get that some of us were taught that, but then we're back to taking responsibility. Then it's your job to change it. Bruce Lipton always says it's no longer who did what to whom, it's where to from here. And we have the technology nowadays to change it. There are some experts in this room in energy psychology. It's one of the things we're going to do this afternoon to help shift whatever's causing this so that you can be more full of who you are. Because isn't that a little bit more attractive? Not everybody may like it. That's okay. You know, that's why there's 7 billion of us on the planet. So I like the thing of the peacock, because the peacock is just, this is me. These are all my feathers. They're beautiful. You can look. It's fine. Don't touch. Look. It's fine. So let's fill in the page 7, the little dots. Now those of you with OCD, this is how we're going to fill this out. Like the little snake. Yes, we're not going to go from left to right, top to bottom. Didn't work out that way. The first one is skill. So the blue circle on the top left, please write in there skill, S-K-I-L-L. Or spell it any which way that you would like. The next one is energy. We're going to talk about all of these in a bit. Next one is energy. And the next one is love. Did you think it was love? Oh. The F, guesses, or those that peeked in the manual? No, it's not that. Fun, yes, Kathy's got it, it's fun. Fun, F-U-N, fun. P, hey? Playing, that'll go with fun. Passion.
Sorry, playing or planning?
Oh, it's passion.
Passion. So Kathy's suggestion of playing, that will go with fun in my world. So the F will be fun and playing. The P is for passion. Passion, passion, passion. The other E is for engaging. Bulk of the manual is engaging. Engaging your audience. The A, authentic, being real. Skill, energy, love, fun, passion, engaging, authentic and real. C is connecting. O is being original. C is confidence. And K is knowledge. As we go through these in more detail, you'll be able to go, yeah, I'm kind of good at that, I'm good at that, I'm good at that. Oh, there's one that I might need a bit of work. And then it's good, because then it's conscious. Then you're back to conscious incompetence, or not necessarily incompetence, but yeah, I need to work on that one a little bit. If you are the very serious corporate presenter that is just immaculate every single day of the week, would make you up at midnight and you'll just be like, then fun might be your thing, right? If you present in socks, then you might want to look at some of the other things. So let's look at them one by one. Why do you think skill is in the manual? Why do you think skill is important for mastering presenting?
I think there's some techniques in it.
So techniques. Isn't it true that most of the fear or anxiety about doing something is because you don't know how to do it? So that if you were to know how to do it, it's not a big deal. I was talking to somebody, and my friend Tanya in Sydney, when I came to Australia for the first time and I saw self-checkout counters, I was a little nervous. No, I'll queue up for 7 days, thank you very much. Because I didn't know how to work them, right? And I'm supposed to know everything, so it was I didn't want to look stupid or ask for help. God forbid, man ask for help, I know. So then figuring it out how it works, then the anxiety goes away, because I know how to do it. So as Kay said, technique. And then we're back to what Ian said this morning when we checked in, the feedback about the technique. You know what? It'll be even better or even easier if you do it this way. So actually having somebody that can teach you, right? Show you how to do this if it's something that you haven't done before. What happens when you have the skill? What does that do for you energetically? What does it do to your confidence? What does it do to the way that you show up in the world when yeah, I know how to do that. Yes? So you go, how do we word? Confidence goes up. And isn't confidence one of the other things that we talked about? Yes? So you'll see also that these all intertwine. That's why there's so many of them. We can't have one without the other. You'll see how one feeds and builds on the other one. And isn't it true that if you know the skill and you have more confidence, you're more inclined to have fun and be original and be real and be more authentic? And then the more you do that, the more fun you have. And you see how these things just kind of all beautifully connect and intertwine. So here there's technique. And again, skillful feedback. To teach the skill. And here there's also being taught the skill, as opposed to being taught it in a way that when you're done with the course, you have the skill. That's a difference between presenting, which is about passing on information, and training, which is passing on a skill. So then, that's how I stand with my body when I present. That's what I do with my right hand and my left hand. Got it. Then of course it's up to you to practice, 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 but at least you have the skill, you know how to do that. What's the next one? Energy. Do I need to say anything more? I will. I'm just saying, do I really need to? I was sharing some emails with Peter in the week and I said, I'm speechless. And she goes like, you speechless? Ha ha. Can't imagine that. It does happen. So on that point, how many of you, some of you know me, so it may be easier for you to respond. How many of you think I'm an extrovert? Oh, okay, good. So most of you got me. So I am an extrovert right now because this energizes me. Does it look like I'm working right now? I'm just kind of having fun, right? The work stuff is all behind the scenes. But now I'm just kind of having a play. And when we get to engaging, isn't it also true that most of the stuff we talk about, you give me? Yes, so I work even less because I'm just asking some questions and you give me all the information that I need to write on the board. In terms of energy. So energy, when you have the confidence and when you have fun and when you're authentic and when you train yourself to ignore loud noises from the outside, then the process can just energize you. It's like, that's why people say to me, how can you do 12-hour days, 2, 3, 4 days in a row? Well, how can I not? Do I sleep well tonight? Of course I do. But I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm so exhausted. It's like, I had a really good day. Why else is energy important? So it's not just make sure that whatever you present about, we're going to talk about that in the next one about love. Make sure that whatever you present about, that it's something that energizes you, that it's something that you want to present about, that it's something you can talk about day in and day out because you love it and you want more people to know about it. Make sure that it energizes you. Like for me, if I have to start presenting about using microwave ovens, I cannot do that. I'm not here to tell you to stop using them. I just don't know. I cannot. It depletes my whole energy just thinking about it. So, why else is energy up here? Why do you think it's important for a presenter?
The vibration that you're sending off.
Say more, Ian.
Well, we're sitting here, so if you're about to speak, we're trying to get a feel for what it is that you're trying to teach, that it's a vibration.
Absolutely. And is it not true that we're all connected? Even though most of our minds can't really understand that. Scientifically, apparently it's all been proved. Don't you love that saying about eventually science always catches up with spirituality? Yes, it's like, oh, turns out we are. So, so physical energy. Energy in the room, get you to stretch. Make sure you drink water. Make sure there are adequate breaks. Get you to stand up. Get you to mix. Get you also to mix with other people's energy. Karen not just say that she met Lee for the first time and there was like, oh, there was some sort of thing that happened energetically. Yes? It happened to be when they connected, the energy combined created something bigger than the two separate units. That's called synergy. Why else is energy important, or what sort of energy are we looking at when we present? You had something.
I was going to say it
Cameron.
activates the audience more.
Say more about that.
Well, if you were up there, like you said, talking about microwaves and you weren't into it, then we wouldn't really be into it because we feed off your passion.
Exactly. That's also why passion is there. Can you see again how they're all intertwined? When you're passionate about something, you cannot contain the energy, and it is contagious in a certain way. It also goes to the other side. You know, if I was like, oh, and it's so amazing, and you have to like, and what's the point? And the point is, you go like, whoa, I'm getting seasick. It's like just relax a little bit, yes? So there's also the maintenance of energy here. Last night I was like, oh, I've got so much to do. And I was like, yeah, I know, but you got to go to bed now. Yeah, physical energy. I ate well this morning. I ate something that was healthy, that'll sustain me. I've got some healthy stuff here for the rest of the day. Because my physical energy is important, do you think, in the way that I'm able to communicate as best I can. What's the next one?
Love.
Love. There are 4 bits that I think is important with love. That's why it's in there. What's the first one in your manuals?
Love what you do.
Love what you do. If you don't, get out. Or increase your dose of antidepressants. I mean, what else is there? You know, I'm not knocking medicine, but we are such a... I wish I could be part of the conversation when aliens finally meet us and go, so explain you to us. Explain yourselves, Earthling. I go, well... you know, within 2 minutes they'll be laughing so hard they'll just like, oh, you have to be kidding me. So you do stuff you hate and you're like, what? That makes no sense. So yes, love what you do or get out. And you know, it's not always that easy to get out, and I do not suggest you get out as rapidly as I did. I got my British board on the Friday, I quit my job on the Sunday, and 6 months later I was sleeping on the floor because I didn't have any savings and a lot of debt, and I was like, I just had to get out. I knew I wanted to do this. I don't suggest you do it that way. There are much gentler, kinder ways. Sleeping on the floor is way overrated. Very romantic story when you're through it. It's not that sweet when you're in it. When you start losing everything that you physically built up over 20 years of a very successful corporate career, and then it's like, oh, that's what it's like being poor. I value it now, but yeah, let's not go there. So, and at the same time, it could be as simple as having this morning, even if it was uncomfortable, start identifying where you actually want to be. Because exactly as we said earlier today, it starts moving the focus from complaining about what's not working to, oh, that's where I'd like to end up. Having no idea necessarily how to get there. Sometimes the first step is to decide. And then let the rest unfold in the way that it does. One of my biggest...
Can I say something to that?
You just did.
Bob Proctor once said that you can make a decision today and you can change that decision tomorrow. Doesn't mean it's set in stone.
Absolutely. Back to not this whole concept of mistakes doesn't really even make any sense. So it's about loving what you do, and then it's about loving presenting what you do. Yes, if you don't like the act of presenting, that's hopefully why you're here, so you can start falling in love with it more. But can you see, for all the reasons we have talked about and will talk about, if you hate presenting, what's your energy going to be like? Yes, the message is going to, exactly. Most of your facial expressions and your body say it without the words. It's like, yeah, exactly. So love what you do, love presenting what you do, or get out. What's the third one? Love your audience. It will come across in the way that you speak to them. It'll come across in the way that you prepare. It'll come across in the bits of detail that you take care of behind the scenes that they will never even know about. If you really love the people that's coming even before you've met them, it'll come across in the way that you teach them, that you mentor them, that you support them, and that every now and again you kick their butt in the most loving way that you possibly can. You really love the people, you really care about them. It also allows you to want for them what they want for themselves as opposed to what you want for them, yes? Those of you not familiar with Byron Katie, go look her up on the web. What's the fourth one? Yourself. Yes. Byron Katie. Byron Katie. So, I'll give you an example of this I used in the Cape Town manual. I have a very keen eye for detail. I'm good with detail. It's easy for me. I knocked this manual up in a few days. It's done. It's easy. It's easy for me to do this stuff. So I'm sitting in the training room in Cape Town 2 months ago, the first ever one, and they're doing the group exercises that you'll be getting into soon. And I look at one of these pages, doesn't matter which one, and I see that all the pages, all the lines end in the same place, but the 3 lines at the bottom, they indented. And my mind goes, you missed 3 lines. Why are those 3 lines like that? And the other ones are fine. And I'm like, and I start chuckling by myself and I go, well, at least I've got about 16,000 words lined up. I think there's 16,000 words in here. And there's 3 lines out. So can you just kind of just chill? Okay, just saying, Getting into the habit of loving self. So, having these little follies. I came back here. We set up the room, then I went back to shower and change and not shave. And then I came back here and realized I'd left the flip chart paper at home. So, if you know me, my initial response was, it's like, you know what, I took care of a lot of stuff today. Can you just kind of chill and just love me? And let me ask for some help again. I asked Belinda, could you please get us the flip chart paper? And then 10 minutes later, it appears as if by magic, and Ian even helped me set it up. Moving into the place of self-love quicker. This thing about arriving, I spoke about it before. Let's leave these expectations about we should arrive and always love ourselves and always be amazing and always be compassionate. Let's just fall over every now and again, since it seems to be the human journey, and just learn to get up a bit quicker. Yeah, let's beat ourselves up for a day, a week, a month, and go, that's what I'm doing, doesn't work so well. Phew, okay, just back to balance, back to balance, back to balance.
Are you saying that's once a month or every Sunday?
What would you like it to be, Ian?
I don't want any.
Exactly. What's the next one? Why do you think that's important or useful?
If you don't enjoy it, nobody else will.
Did you hear what Kathy said? If you don't enjoy it, nobody else will. Yes? So, my niece tells me, who's in the Stellenbosch University in South Africa, that there are 400 students in a room. So the lecturer would come in. No, I don't blame them. I don't know what it must be like to teach 400 19-year-olds. And he or she would come in and just kind of read through the pages or read the PowerPoint, and then eventually they'll leave. There's no interaction. There's no nothing. And the voice would be this kind of, nobody's having any fun. And then, of course, the audience isn't having fun anyway. So I think a reason to have fun is, I think it is contagious. We spoke about that before. What does it do for your energy if you have fun? When you play with kittens or go scuba diving or do something that you love, what does it do for your energy? It raises the energy, doesn't it? Don't you forget about the depression and the backache and the money in the bank stuff and the boss that's horrible when you have fun for the most? Yeah, so you're in the moment, in the present, just having fun. So it helps you to be in the moment and it ups your energy. And we just spoke about the importance of energy. Yes?
I was going to say, I think it makes time more valuable.
In what way?
Well, people have to be there listening to the presentation. That their time that they're spending. They don't have such a bit of time.
Does that make sense? So when people come, especially people who have to be there, like corporate stuff, or people come for CPD points, you just have to do it. If you could make it more fun, doesn't it make the time more valuable? and actually having a good time whilst getting the CPD and whilst getting the information. So more valuable.
I think time and task more quickly.
It absolutely does. That's why I said, I've done this before. By 9 o'clock tonight, you will be exhausted, but you will go, like, really? Is it time already? We've been in this room almost 2 hours. If you read anything about training, they go, never go over 45 minutes. But why are you having some fun? I'm engaging you at every single opportunity I can. Keeping your energy up, stretching, all that stuff, getting you to talk with your body. Turn to the person next to you, point your hand over there, do this, do that. So keeping you engaged, and hopefully at least some of you are having fun, I can tell. More valuable, time goes quicker. Which is not always a good thing when you're a presenter. You're like, we still have half the manual and it's time to go home. But thankfully I already warned you about that. That's why I did. What's the next one?